Today's battle, yes, it was another who would win series. So so the next fight was Ursula versus Ebirah, which is the Little Mermaid versus Ebirah Horror of the Deep. So yeah, let's get to it. So, so I think Ursula was a I think she is a sea goddess. I think I think she's a sea goddess, which is from the Little Mermaid, and I think she's actually a villain from the Little Mermaid movie. And Ebra is a giant lobster, which is from the which is from the location of the Death Island, which is that he but he's an actually a giant lobster, which is actually from the ocean. So yeah, for Ebra, and also he's actually from Godzilla Final Wars 2. So let's start for the attacks for Ursula. So Ursula could have a trident and then shoot thunderbolt. She could shoot thunderbolts, thunderbolts out of her trident, and then she has two moray. I think she has two moray eels. Yeah, and Ebra. Yeah, and Ebra only uses claw to ram, whack, or clamp. Yeah, I think he could ram too. So let's get started. This is take place from the ocean, which is Ebra was swimming along, and then he sees that there's a cave, and then he sees a cave nearby. So I think Ebra going to check it out. Yeah, this is the fight, okay. Anyways, I was saying was he going to check it out, and then he sees that Ursula was in there, so he didn't know what to do. So I think he wants to attack Ursula. Yeah, but Ursula just shows up that she has a trident on his on her left hand, and they begin to stab Ebra, but Ebra just backs away. And then he just backs away with his with his uh, with his tail, which is that he dodged her attacks. So so the Morios are going to help her to defeat this giant lobster. The lobster that giant lobster tries to defend himself by not get electrocuted by her by with those two eels. So he uses his claw to clamp on one of the eels. One of the second eel just bites Ebra's claws, but it didn't even hurt. So Ebra just swings on the the moray and they begin to clamp, and then his crusher claw just clamp and then kills the second eel. This is the second eel, and the first eel just got shocked, and the second eel was shocked and then gets really pissed, and then he goes for another bite, and cleverly how Ebra just clamp another eel and then snips. like that, and then clamp and then snips the last eel. So she's going to do it all by herself. So this is all Ursula going to attack Ebirah. So this is that she's going to do it all by herself. She began to punch the lobster in the face. This giant lobster in the face. And which is Ebirah just starts was in pain. Which is Ebirah tries to escape the cave. And I think Ursula was not done yet. So we began to chase Ebirah around. Which is Ebirah tried to run away as fast as he could. But Ursula suddenly grabs Ebirah by the tail. Ebirah was complete shock. And then he swing to Ebirah, then he and then Ebirah's back gets hit by the rock. And then Ebirah starts warning in pain. So he just shakes his tail to try to get off his tail. And Ursula and then Ursula just let go of Ebirah's tail. Yes, this is a this is a girl versus a boy, which is that I know that Ebirah is a male and Ursula was a female. So that means it is a male versus a female, boy versus girls. Okay, what? Okay, enough chit chat around. Anyways, I was saying was that he let go, mm, that that she accidentally just let go of his tail, and Edward comes back, and and then well, one of his claws just smack her in the face, like yeah, he just smacked her in the face like that, and then he begins to ram, and then uh, Ursula was having trouble of try to retreat, but Ebirah was ramming her and then ramming her to the surface, and then he goes to the opening of the water, and then they both got up to the surface, like and then they got up to the surface and they began to fight to the surface. And- which is Ursula was getting pissed, and then they began she used a trident to pin down this giant lobster. But luckily that his crusher claw was handling her trident. He was trying to grab on. And then he uses his pincer claw to clamp onto her hands. Which is he tried to rip off her arms. So 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 later. So excuse me. So later on that he tries to struggle, and then Ursula was having enough. So he trampled. So he lifted off Ebro up and then smash Ebro's back to the water. Like, and then all the water just splashes everywhere. Which is Ebro. I think Ebro is not dead. He pretends to be dead. Which is he pretends to be defeated. Which is he was drowned. Which is he was sinking. So so, so Ebro pretend to be dead. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ebirah was pretend to be defeated. All of a sudden of that, which is that Ursula just see that which that she thought that Ebirah was finished. So he began to go underwater to make his final move, not make her final moves. Yeah. So he raised up his trident. Then Ebirah pretends to be dead, which I just said. And then he uses crusher claw and then grabs and then just grabs Ursula's trident. And Ursula has been tricked that Ebirah was pretending to be defeated. And then he grabbed her, Ursula by the neck by her pincer claws, and then and then her trident has been taken by Ebirah. And then Ebirah just stab Ursula's belly on the trident. Which is he tried to stab her in the belly. Ursula she tries to punch Ebirah, but doesn't do anything. So he don't. So he take out the trident. So he take. So he pulls out a trident to his stomach, and they begin to swim away. And then Ursula has was completely injured, so he began to chase them, and then began to chase Ebirah, and and then Ebirah was suddenly disappeared for no reason, which is that Ursula was, and then Ursula just get back to the surface, and then she looks both ways where's that giant lobster at, and then she said, where's that giant lobster at? With that she just said, well, and under the water that Ebirah still has the trident, which is that he's being really stealthy and sneaky. And then this is only his last chance. And then he pulls out a trident onto his crusher claw. So this will be the end of Ursula. And then this will be the end of Ursula, and then he began to swim up, and then he comes and Ursula didn't know that Ebirah gonna be down under the water, which is that she didn't look under the water. Then suddenly Ebirah just pops out of nowhere, which is that he got up to the water, and then he still had the trident, and then Ursula looks back that Ebirah has come out of the water, and then the trident just stabbed Ursula in the back, and then Ursula just yells in pain, and 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 then Ursula tries to defend herself to get off his back, which is Ebba was on her back, which is he uses his hand to get off get off her back. Ebba have a good grip of standing up to her back. She began to stab her multiple times. like that. He began to clamp her on the neck. He tries to hold on. Tries to hold on. Ursula tries to shake him off out of her back, which is that ever still not letting go of her. He's trying to stab her with the trident again, and then do his final move, and then the trident just impales Ursula through her back, and then and the spear just went went through her stomach, and then Ursula was defeated, which is that she just and then she just fell fell to the water, which is the water splashes on her, which is Ebro gets really tired of fighting, so he let go of the trident, and then Ebro goes to go to the water, like which he dives in, and then takes out for the swim, and then goes to the surface again, like and Ebro gives and then Ebro gives his victory war and verdict. Yeah, this is the end of the battle. That Ebro just gave himself into a victory war. So verdict. I was absolutely right. Ebro was the winner. I'll gave him. I think I'll gave him. Hmm, I gave him a 91% for him for Ebro, and Ursula. I gave Ursula. So Ebro got 91%, and Ursula have only 84% for her. So 84% for Ursula, 84% for Ursula, and 91% for Ebro. So yeah, this is the end of the battle. So the winner was Ebro.